Imagine what it would be like if you have access to $1 trillion. You'd even be richer than the top 5 richest billionaires combined. And while that is an awful lot of money, multiply it by 2, and that's how much money that the Prince of Saudi Arabia has access to. Welcome to Bare Luxury, where we inspire you with luxury that keeps the top of the world turning. Today we'll dive into the Prince of Saudi Arabia and his $2 trillion wealth. Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, or MBS, is currently the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia. He ascended the throne back in 2015 and since then had access to the massive wealth of the country. He is the head of Aramco, the world's largest oil and gas company ever. That means the amount of influence and power he holds over the surrounding area and of the world is almost indescribable. At the time of this video's making, this company is the 3rd most valuable company after Apple and Microsoft. Yeah, that's right. It is currently more valuable than the company of the recent holder of the title World's Richest Man, Elon Musk, Tesla. Even more so than companies like Meta and Amazon. Besides this company, MBS also has access to his country's sovereign wealth fund, worth a staggering $500 billion, and he spends it wisely too. But enough with his portfolio. What's money without taste, right? And what better way to show the world you've got taste and depth than reaching into your even deeper pockets? MBS is currently in possession of the world's most expensive painting, the Salvator Mundi, a painting made by Leonardo da Vinci himself way back in the 1500s. Given the history that this painting holds, would have been enough to label it as a priceless artifact. But of course, with enough money, you could even buy things that aren't for sale at all. And that's power. Back in 2017, the Salvator Mundi was on tour around the world, but it was in New York City that it was bought by Prince Badr bin Abdullah, Saudi's Minister for Culture, for a whopping price of $450,000. Yes, the painting almost cost $500 million. At the moment of its purchase, it was said that the painting would be for display at the Louvre of Abu Dhabi, but it was later reported that MBS was actually in possession of it. And it might come as a surprise, but that painting is more of an accessory for MBS. But more on that later. When traveling about, MBS hosts a ton of customized cars. And by customized, we mean covered in gold. His golden car collection costs him tens of millions of dollars. To start the mini list of these 3 ridiculously pricey cars is his gold-coated Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport. This automobile has a staggering price tag of $12.5 million. Additionally, the Grand Sport is one of the world's fastest cars, capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 km per hour in 2.5 seconds, and traveling at a speed of 431 km per hour. Then, he has another gold-covered car in the form of a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, which is a bit slower than his Bugatti. It can also go from 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds. A mere 0.3 second difference doesn't really mean much, just as these multi-million-dollar cars amount to just droplets compared to MBS's ocean of wealth. Given his love of cars and gold, MBS shelled out more cash to buy a whole fleet of gold-plated cars, which amounts to $36 million, all with golden interiors to match. When not speeding on his golden 4-wheeled beasts, MBS takes time investing in properties he could take a break in and call home, wherever his ventures might take him. The most notable of his purchases, however, is the glorious Chateau Louis XIV, a French chateau he bought in 2015 for $300 million. That's just the initial purchase. With all the renovations and massive workforce employed to make his visions come true, the price would just go up and up. The labor costs of hiring 131,000 people alone would be in the hundreds of millions. Some of these are a statue of Louis XIV, garden and parks, massive tree-lined labyrinths, and magnificent chandeliers and paintings that spread all over the mansion. The man he chose to oversee this project of his is the French developer Imad Khashoggi, and he made sure to incorporate modern amenities into the unmistakable history of the place. Though the exact price of all these additions is undisclosed, we know MBS is not one to hold back on his spendings. He has all the money in the world, and he just needs to transform it into the best of experiences. Basically, he just needs to turn life into one giant art piece, now that he's reached the top. What would you do to add flavor to your life at the top in the future? Let us know in the comment section below and be connected to like-minded individuals today. And since we mentioned art, remember the Salvator Mundi, the $450 million painting made by Leonardo da Vinci? It simply hangs on the wall of his mega yacht, the Serene. This 439 feet beast is among the world's largest, and it sure hosts a ton of stuff. The Serene comes with jacuzzis, lounge areas, sitting rooms, helipads, and even a garage for the fleet of speedboats sheltered by this monstrous boat. This vessel costs a bit more than the painting it houses, priced at $500 million. MBS's latest purchase, however, is perhaps the farthest field, aside from all the oil fields you'd think the prince would invest in. It is the English soccer establishment, Newcastle United Football Club. This purchase instantly made Newcastle United the richest club in the world, as MBS bought it through Saudi's PIF, or its public investment fund, with a total asset of $500 billion. The PIF has numerous investments in companies like Disney, Meta, Uber, Starbucks, and a lot more. Many have viewed this purchase by Mohammed bin Salman through the Public Investment Fund as a strategy for their sovereign wealth fund to diversify beyond oil. And as we previously stated, the PIF has already made investments in a number of well-known companies, increasing its assets to $500 billion. Turns out, one of the reasons why MBS is such a spender is that he knows how to grow his wealth faster than he could spend it. Given that more and more millionaires are getting involved, soccer is an investment that cannot be dismissed. Roman Abramovich, a Russian oil oligarch, and the Italian billionaire family Andrea Agnelli owned two of the greatest teams for starters. Actually, the whole sports industry is not something you should be missing out from, because lately, wealthy Americans have focused on expanding and funding the sport in their area as well. But the investments with the most potential are MBS's infrastructure projects. His Ministry of Finance is currently building what would be the world's biggest hotel, the Hotel Abraj Khudai. It is part of MBS's plan to diversify Saudi's economy and not rely too much on oil alone. What makes this project more than just a statement is its location. It is situated in Mecca and will be perfect for both Saudi and the millions of pilgrims visiting the holy city each year. Of course, the royal family allocated for their own personal use during special occasions. And if you think the hotel is big, this last one would make it seem puny in comparison. It is an entire city. Neom is the most ambitious project undertaken in the entirety of mankind's history. It is a smart city that is currently being built, and its name is derived from two words, the Greek term neo, which means new, and the acronym of the Arabic phrase for the future. The initial budget of the whole project was set at $500 billion, but we all know budgets for mega projects are oftentimes a fraction of the actual completion cost. When completed, the whole project would be many times larger than even New York City. There is an innovative catch, however. It was designed to have everything one needs within walking distance. This design was to make sure that there wouldn't be cars, or even traditional roads within this futuristic city. Every long-distance travel within would be made via shared electric shuttles, trains, and even air mobility. Its seaport will also be the world's first fully automated seaport that will bring new meaning to the word efficiency. And considering that part of this city is already started, such as the Octagon and the Line, this project will surely be realized in the near future. There you have it. We let you into another secret. The only way to stay on top is to climb higher. So, whatever part of your journey toward the top you are today, just keep climbing. Sore hands and numbing feet are but parts of the process. Don't forget to leave a like on our video and follow Bear Luxury. Hit that bell button so you won't miss out on our next videos.